Hello everyone, it's QueenVLionz back to you with another video. This video pertains to an update regarding the Breonna Taylor case, as one of the officers federally charged earlier this month, Hanna Goodlett, officially pled guilty in a federal court. You will watch this brief news clip and I will be back with more commentary.
Heard a lot tonight, from legal experts to the head of the local chapter of the NAACP. They all believe more is coming, and that's what they're waiting for. They want to know what, if any, plea agreement was reached for Goodlet and what that would mean for her sentencing and the charges against other officers who were involved in the Breonna Taylor case. Breonna Taylor's mother, Tamika Palmer, heads into federal court to hear an ex-LMPD detective plead guilty in her daughter's case. Still, local leaders say
it's still incomplete.
Raul Cunningham is president of Louisville's NAACP chapter. He's also waiting for a resolution after Hanna Goodlett appeared in court today, pleading guilty to a federal conspiracy charge. The prosecution claims she falsified the search warrant used to raid Breonna Taylor's apartment and then created a false cover-up story.
What was before handwriting on the wall is now set in concrete.
U of L law professor Sam Markison says this solidifies the belief that Goodlett struck a deal.
It seems virtual certainty that she will be the key witness, at least as to part of the charges against him.
How Goodlett acts as a witness and what her sentence will be shapes the forming opinion of leaders in Louisville's black community.
My perspective is that we're encouraged but not satisfied.
Prominent pastor Bruce Williams marched in the 2020 protest and is still fighting for change.
To go so long without having somebody take accountability or responsibility, to finally see someone say, yes, I did that. I played a role in causing this. How does that feel?
It's almost surreal. Black people have been waiting so long for so many things without any results over and over again. So even though we end up being disappointed by injustices that continue in the criminal justice system, we are hopeful, but we almost kind of expect it to be business as usual. Even though we're fighting for justice, we know it's a long, hard, slow pull.
Yeah, so it's incomplete.
And another lingering question is, what will Goodlett's sentence be? Well, over the next 90 days, a probation officer will decide the range of that sentence, and then a judge will make the final call. Live in Louisville for the WHAS 11 Night Team, I'm Tom Lally.
In this case, 3 other former officers are also facing federal charges. Brett Hankison, Joshua Jaynes, and Kyle Meany have all pleaded not guilty to civil rights.
Under the U.S. Code 1038, if a person makes a false statement which leads to the death of someone, that person can be fined or imprisoned for a number of years, up to life, or both. The fact that Hanna Goodlett's husband is also an officer of the law should make the government investigate his phone as well, because I would not put it past Goodlett to still pass information to her other co-conspirators, as well as the other officers who have been identified at the scene of Breonna Taylor's home on March 13th, 2020, in addition to officers who were in charge of the raid which took Breonna Taylor's life. This story should be a wake-up call for us all, that if officers with a badge can make false statements on warrants and other sectors of the judicial system, which can cause deadly consequences, it is the responsibility of the federal, of the state, and local levels to ensure that the rights of the civilians are protected, and that their gender or race should not be a hindrance to seeking justice. I hope that this story opens up a lot of persons' eyes and not close them to our own biases, because as far as I'm seeing, Kelly Goodlet knows a lot. Her husband, once again, is also an officer of the law. So I would not put it past him nor her for passing information to each other, to her other co-conspirators. Once again, this woman conspired to lie with Joshua Jaynes, who wrote on the warrant that caused the life of Breonna Taylor in 2020. It's been 895 days since Breonna Taylor was murdered. It is important that all persons involved, regardless of their status, influence, and or power, be held responsible, because this case is going to have a domino effect for other cases moving forward. Say their names, unknown and known. Say her name, Breonna Taylor, Black Lives Matter, and I will see you in the next video.